This is my boyfriend Joachim. And he's getting a suit. Because we're invited to a wedding this summer and I'm planning to make both of our outfits. So he's getting a summer suit, half-lined, in this really nice fabric we found online. And I'm gonna think about my own dress when I'm sewing the suit. Because that's the most time-critical part of this. And I've promised him a suit so he doesn't have anything to wear if I don't finish it, while I can easily find another dress. So I have digitally drafted and printed my own pattern for the very first time. So that's really exciting. I drafted the pattern based on this suit that I know fits him well. Ta-da! Ooh. I'll just quickly sew those pieces together and then I'll show you how it looks. Nice. Ta-da! This is what happens when you stop thinking and just draft patterns on a whim. But I mean, the back fits.
Skal vi stille oss så de ser hva de gjør, kanskje? Ikke bare ryggen din?
Ja, sånn her kanskje. Den er for brei på skulderen din. Her I stedet for. Au! Da fikk jeg t-skjorta din. Det bedre. It's time to work on the pants. The jacket is waiting over there until it can be tried on again. Oh, this is a process. I will take this one leg inside the other one. Then the shape of each fabric piece is a lot easier to trace. I think the pants pattern is done. Maybe. If not, I will probably figure it out while sewing. There is a life I lead in this city. Vi tar ikke den brune da, med andre ord.
Jeg får ta to.
Den fin. Skal vi ta den?
The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow.
This is acetate. This is my main lining. And this is a cotton poplin. That's gonna be the lining on the waistband and pockets on the pants only. There's 3 weeks until this wedding today, and I haven't even cut out the fabric. I also haven't even started thinking about my own dress, which I've realized I might have to skip. Guys, I'm working almost full time until the wedding. So the plan is to just sew a bit here and there every day. We'll have to go for slow and steady and just see where that takes me. These are the fly pieces. Yes, there are 3 of them. I need to make a bias tape because this one's gonna have a bias tape at the edge. This is the fabric I want to use for the bias tape, and there's only scraps left of it, so it's gonna be a lot of cutting and sewing. I just realized that I need to change the order in which I'm doing things here, because both the lining and the inner part of the pockets, the pocket pouch, are gonna be sewn together with the same seam. I've made more bias tape to put around the edges of these pocket bags. First I'm gonna sew this one onto here and that one onto this. Really happy about this. And the last thing I'm gonna do today is to sew it to the front panel. My plan to sew a bit every day, it failed. It's Thursday today and I haven't been sewing since Sunday. When you get home from work at like 5, 6, make dinner, eat, it's 7, 8. It feels too big to just be working on for an hour, and I know that an hour here and there adds up, but still, like, I think it's also a bit because the next step is felted pockets, which I have never done before. So first I need to make a sample to make sure I actually know how to do it, and then do them, and it feels a bit overwhelming. But I'm still motivated. I've got the next 4 days off from work and I'm just gonna sew. I need to be super efficient. Also, I'm moving to my parents' house this afternoon to stay there the next couple of weeks. They're away for the summer, so it's just gonna be me in their apartment, which is closer to my work, so I save time in total. So I do have a plan. I hope it works. It doesn't really look good. It's quite uneven and I need to do it again. It's still not perfect, but I know I tend to be sloppy when I know it doesn't matter, so I'm just gonna go for the real thing and then just do it properly. I can finally breathe. This was the hardest part, and I think it looks great. Now I need to attach the pocket bags. It will look like this. That's a nice pocket. If I turn it inside out, it's like... It's 7 o'clock in the morning and I'm hoping to finish these pants today. Ta-da! I was a bit nervous about sewing the bias tape in this really slippery fabric, but it went fine. That's one step further. And you may be wondering when I'm gonna do the fly, which I sort of started but didn't at the beginning. And the answer is now. I need to study this fly even harder. This one that I've already prepared goes here. Zipper! I made a mistake. I should have sewn the crotch seam before I attached the zipper and these parts of the fly, but that's okay. I cut out this shape for the fly and I'm gonna put it on top right here and then do some basting stitches around it to get the right shape, and then I will just sew on top of that. Ta-da! Functional zipper. I did a bit of thinking and I realized that before I sew on the facing on this side of the fly, I need to attach the waistband. Thinking before doing turns out to be really smart. even though I usually am quite bad at it. This also means that it's time for the side seams. Oh my god, it's gonna start looking like pants. So excited. Oh, I forgot I hadn't done the back crotch seam. I'll be right back. I'll start by sewing these two together. Do the same with these and these. This one has a fold at center back. Sew them together like this. They're gonna be folded like this. Then hem the bottom. This bottom part was actually gonna be double, so just have a folded edge at the bottom, but I didn't have enough fabric for that. And now I can sew them right sides together. I think I have to stop saying, I think I'm gonna finish this project today. Because I never do, unless it's like really obvious I'm gonna do it. This is how far I got yesterday. Waistband attached with the belt loops here. Now I'm gonna sew them down here, also up here. Then I have the facings here, also out here, and a few details like buttonholes. I'm also gonna add a hook and bar. Oh, and the inner leg seam and the bottom hem. This one goes here, like this. Okay, I undid a small part right here at the crotch seam. Then I did the inner leg seams before sewing the crotch seam back together. That was only to get the seam allowance looking like this, because then I can take this bias tape extension going from the fly facing and just put it around. I've got lots of hand stitching to do now. So the next few hours you can find me there on the couch hand stitching. It's Sunday and we're starting the jacket. I have a problem. I tried so hard, but it was impossible for me to put this sleeve somewhere where I could fit the whole thing. I think my best solution is to put just a couple centimeters of horizontal stripes right at the bottom. I'm a bit tense right now. I told him about it and he's a bit sad, but we're working our way through it. I'm ready to start sewing, and after those obstacles I want to do something easy, so I'm starting with the back panels. Oh my gosh, I did another mistake while cutting. I was so sure I did it right. I even... Look, these two are not mirrored. They are exactly the same. My side panels. I don't have enough fabric left to fix it. Please, please, please have more in stock. Oh, thank God. There's 2.5 meters left. I'm gonna order. Let me check. I'm gonna order 1 meter, and the positive part of this is that I can get my sleeves right too. This is about how much connected things can become before I get my fabric. It's expected to arrive on Thursday, which is 4 days from now. And after that, I still have 1 week until the suit has to be done, so it's gonna be fine. I just need to change the order of things a bit. It's 6 p.m. and we're officially back to doing a little bit every day. And I think my goal for today will be quite small, just to sew together this small pile here that I pinned yesterday. If you look closely on this jacket right here, you can see that this seam, which connects the front panel to the facing, is pressed towards the back side of the lapel to hide it, while further down it is pressed towards the facing. And also there is a hand stitch here that keeps it in place. I have pressed my seams the correct way, and now I'm going to take my front panels and go out on the balcony to hand stitch them in. Because yes, there's a balcony here. I finally have 2 sleeves. It was about time. Next step is to sew them onto the jacket. I'm making 3 welt pockets today. It's this one, and this one. Okay, I'm just gonna get this done. I realized I was wrong. I'm making 4 welt pockets. There's gonna be one on each side, on the inside too. Well, I mean, 1 more is not that much work, so I guess it's fine. I'm gonna have to finish this tomorrow. It's day 2 for these pockets here. Evening number 2 is more correct. It's now day 3 working on these pockets. But today I have a full day. So I'm really curious to see how far I can get. I want to say I think I can finish the jacket today, but I promised myself I wouldn't do that, so pretend you didn't hear it. Turns out I'm quite good at forgetting about pockets. I need to add 1 more. This time it's the chest pocket, and it's gonna be single welt, not double as the rest of them are, so I need to Google that one too. That looks easier than what I have been doing already. I put the flap in through the pocket so it comes out on this side, and I've folded this one over it because that's gonna go down here anyway, and then I'm gonna sew a seam here, holding it together and hiding the raw edge. I'm really glad I'm adding a lining, because then I could be a bit rough about this. Yeah, 5 pockets is definitely enough. But I do notice now that I need to remember to put a bias tape on the seam allowance at center back, because this is the part where the lining stops halfway down. And then I think sewing the lining to the jacket is the next step. It's 7 o'clock in the evening now, by the way, so the pockets took almost all day. You know what? I do have 2 centimeters of seam allowance here, so what I can also do is to fold it over twice and then sew a seam which will hold it together. I think actually I will do that. Okay guys, it's finally time for the lining, and this is how it looks if you don't remember. Except I forgot the sleeves. Teehee.
Feeling is all gone.
It's a good thing you didn't hear me say that I was gonna finish yesterday. But I mean, you're probably not surprised by this point. But look at what I did. Started sewing the lining to the jacket. So sewing this in is hard because there's so much fabric and it's getting so heavy. But now half of it is done, and I'm going to do some hand stitches here through the facing and the seam allowance to keep it in place like that. And hopefully I will be able to press out this unevenness later. But if not, I can totally live with that. So I noticed that on this jacket, the basting stitches are through the lining and the seam allowance, not the facing. And then I tried in a small area, or I just folded the seam allowance the other way, and it seems to stabilize the facing better and make it more even. So thankfully I'm only up here, but all this will be taken out again and I will redo it. So now I need to do the same thing on the other side, which isn't even sewn to the lining. So I do have a lot of work left. It's starting to look so nice. Oh. Next, I'll finish up the sleeves. I made a sample for the corners on the sleeves. These ones right here.
Where did the time go? How do we move so far away? Holding on, how much can we both take when love is an echo? I can't hear what you're saying when love is an echo.
I just made this wonderful creation. It's time for an update. It is Wednesday today, Wednesday afternoon. We're leaving for this wedding Friday morning. There's not gonna be a dress, so I'm just working to accept that. I had this whole vision of me using scraps from this suit. For example, the sleeves I cut out wrong, and then my sister, she cut open this old skirt that she had at the seams to use as pattern pieces, and it's a really nice skirt, so I wanted to buy a lightweight fabric and make the same skirt. It would be so nice. But my sister saved me. I'm borrowing a really nice dress from her, so everything is good, just not how I planned it to be.
So what do you say to that? I know we both hurt bad, and you won't forget that fact. But I believe in what we had.
This was a bit of a struggle with the lining and everything, but I finally got it. I'm realizing I might have to do some hand stitching in the car tomorrow. So I'm gonna prioritize doing the buttonholes now because I need a sewing machine for that. Ok, få se da. Den må bare presses veldig godt her da.
det må den. Du trenger noen knapper da.
Og så trenger du knapper. Snu rundt da. Ja, den blir snasen. Ok. Am I finishing this suit on the way to the wedding? Yes.
I'm gonna tell you that I love you.
Jeg liker veldig med været.
100 times a day, yeah. You'll get tired of my voice, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I'll miss you. I'll miss you if you